Welcome back to my channel. This is T. So I'm going to pull some cards. If the information pertains, try to obtain it. If not, refrain it. But if it makes sense to you, try to maintain it. So let's start with our first card. And I need to do something really quick before I get started. Here we go. Okay. So we will start with the first card. I'm just shuffling. Okay, so let's see what we're going to start with. So first, the fire. That's going to be the first card that we start with. So there is something going on to where things are going to be made tough or difficult, but don't worry too much about that, because sometimes in order for something beautiful to grow, it has to go through the fire. And if it doesn't, it may not reach its full potential. So you haven't went through the fire, and that's why you're having so much difficulty. It may be something you're trying to avoid, because sometimes challenges are difficult and they can be scary. So let's find a card that can help us with going through the fire, because when you come out of that fire, you will be a masterpiece. You will be what is strong, durable, and able to handle much more. So let's find a card that can help us with that. And better yet, let's find a plant that can help us with that, because plants give off energy and they can help you with healing and strength and so many different things that can help you to grow. So the card that I got is clarity. And so you'll need to work on clarity so that you understand this process of going through the fire to get to where you're trying to go. Sometimes people panic when difficult things come up and they shut off their higher thinking, because the situation that is required may scare them a lot, and they may not feel that they're able to handle the difficult task, right? But if you're able to master your emotions and your feelings, you will be able to handle going through this change. And if you have clarity on the situation, that will help you as well, because then you'll understand what's happening, right? So let's find another card. And let's see. So the card that I got is Get Curious, and that flows with the process of knowing that you have to go through this change, and also working on the clarity, working on the things that will help you to figure out how to go from one place to another. So you're going to get curious because you're going to want to know how everything should go, or if it's going in the right direction. You know what it is that you're trying to achieve. So let's find a card that can help us with the curiosity part of this, right? And so I got the card Nourish, and this card flows with the curiosity part because when you're curious, you will be using the ability to nourish your mind and to give yourself what is needed in order for you to figure out what you're supposed to be doing. So it's kind of like when you have to take a test. You're always told, or you're mostly told, to make sure that you eat and you drink fluids before you take on this assignment, before you take the test, because without those things, it's going to block your performance. So while you're getting curious, you'll want to make sure to nourish yourself. That's going to help stabilize you, and it's going to help you to be able to handle this journey that may take some time, more time than what you're aware of. So let's pick our outcome card. And also you want to nourish your curiosity. You'll want to make sure that you're getting enough sleep. You'll want to make sure that you're researching what you're working on. It's like you're feeding the curiosity. You're feeding the desire to know certain things. So let's go to the next card. And so because you went through the fire and you got curious, you learned how to do transmutation. You learned how to change negative energy into positive energy, which basically means you know how to now take a negative situation and flip it around for the greater good. You're going to take the negative things out of the situation that don't suit you, but you're going to learn from the negative things that you're dealing with. So, you know, you may be going through something that might cloud your decisions, but you'll learn how to deal with that. You may actually decide to take on some type of hobby while you're dealing with these negative things. And so that's a way of transmuting negative energy. Because what you don't want is you don't want the negative energy to consume you to the point that you're not able to think clearly and you're not able to move forward in life. So when you're able to use transmutation, it will benefit you so much because you'll be able to learn from the negative experiences that you encounter, and you will not stay in this victim mentality. You'll say, you know what, that happened. It wasn't good that it happened, but I'm going to learn from the experience, and I'm going to actually work on a way to improve myself. I'm going to work on a way to not fall back into that same cycle as best as I can. You know, you can only control so much, but you'll be amazed at how much you can control when you have control over yourself, because you'll remove yourself from certain situations that are not beneficial. And so let's find a card that can help us with transmutation. So let's see. So Preserve. And so Preserve is a good card when it comes to transmutation because you're not throwing away the whole experience. You're not saying something happened and